Hello everyone, Richard here for the Diecast F1 review, focusing today on Minichamps' Benetton B186 BMW from the 1986 F1 season. And here's the car, very nice indeed, of course 1/18 scale, and yep, a very nice piece of kit it is as well. Nice to look at anyway. I will come on to its faults later on. It's not the most perfect of models, and yeah, there are a few areas I would like to get onto later on. But a bit of detail about the original car in real life as it is. The Tolman team from 1985 had a pretty dire season and, well, pretty much on their way out, so the Benetton team come along and took over the team in the winter, also sticking a large BMW lump in the back. Change of fortunes almost immediately, involving 3 points finishes in the first 3 races, including a podium. But then fortunes changed a bit, as the car was virtually known for its glory runs, i.e. fast runs in the first half of the races and then dropping off the pace at the back. Also reliability being a bit shit as well. But come Mexico though, the car was an absolute winner, by Gerhard Berger driving the car on 2 compounds of tyres, i.e. soft on one side and hard on the other. I don't know which side he was doing, but try doing that today and you'll probably be banned for a million years. But yeah, the car, it looked pretty ace, as does this model, with the Benetton green and the white with the multicoloured stripes on the back. Well, not so much stripes are they, just sort of splats of paint really, but they do look pretty good. And yeah, it is only a one-off livery as well. Come 1987 they'd gone for a multicoloured thing which looked rather dull. Orange, yellow, green, blues, all colours just splattered all over the place, not giving it a real identity, but this car really did look the part. Also with the BMW engine in the back, it was massively powerful. Gerhard Berger once saying that you needed balls to drive these, and I don't blame him. I wouldn't get me behind the wheel of one of these things. But yeah, it is an absolute stunning looking car. And like I said, it was a real shame they didn't carry on with this colour scheme for 1987 and beyond. But never mind that one. The BMW, of course, in the back of the engine in the back, BMW was of course a specification down from that used of Brabham. The other team using the BMW engines, the Brabham team using the Works BMW engines, but not having as much success, only scoring about a handful of points. With a revolutionary car, but not having much success with it, being too revolutionary really. But that's Brabham and for another day, although I don't actually have a model of that. But onto the model itself, it is, I have to say, it is one of the weakest models Minichamps have produced. They could have done a lot better with this one. It feels very cheap when you hold on to it. It's just, you know, looking at the rear wing, it is very, that's not even putting a lot of pressure on it. It is very, very weak, very thin supports on the sides, and yeah, it is a bit weak. But one good point of the model, because I do have a lot of these Minichamps models, and the steering of the models is very loose on this model, but it does feel much more solid than some of the other ones, because you usually judge the quality of a model just by twiddling the wheels like that, and it does feel quite solid, although I shouldn't be holding it by the front wing like that. I will get myself some proper gloves, because I don't really like touching this with fingers. You leave fingerprints all over it, but I will get some proper gloves. And it does roll very nicely as well, although that's not a big selling point, because you're not going to be playing with it on top of the kitchen table, are you? Or pushing it along the carpet. But like I said, I will get on to the bad points now of this model. We've done the rear wing, but now the other thing. The engine cover. And it is a plus point having an engine cover that comes off on one of these cars. Just on this car, it is very tacky. We'll just lift the engine cover off first and go into the detail inside. And I didn't mention that this thing comes off at the beginning. I should have done that. Naughty me. Anyway, we'll get on to the insides now. And it is a very nicely detailed engine bay with the BMW turbo inside. I will try and zoom in a bit. There we go. Nice bit of detail in there. All the cables, suspension mountings in the gearbox, exhaust pipes, the turbo, the radiators, and things like that. Just swing it round, try not to knock anything off. Then we have the spark plug things at the top, BMW power, is that the black box? Who knows? And a few metal bits of, well, pipes I'd imagine, but they're actually bits of bike brake cable, I think. Yeah, very nicely detailed inside. This is the plus point of the model actually, because any model with a removable engine cover is a plus. I think there's something missing on top of the suspension mounts there, whether there's something missing or Oh no, it's actually the connecting plug for the engine cover. That's what that plugs into. But yeah, overall the internal details are very good. Now we get back to the model. Oh shit, I'll put the camera over and zoom out. Back again, there we go. Now, on to the negative point. I did say there were a few, engine being the plus side. The engine cover is the absolute bollocks on this thing. It is absolute shite. It is very cheap plastic, not very well held together, and also the paintwork on top. This isn't paint. This is just a badly put together or badly applied decal, and it's peeling already. They could have done so much better with this one. I know the Benetton B192 that they made with the Schumacher special model was with the engine cover. That was all metal as well. They could have made this. They could have made this metal, but it is just tacky. I don't know. It's also lost a peg as well on the side there. A peg is missing. There's a peg there, but no peg on that side. That's because it's stuck in the side pod. I couldn't get the bloody thing out. Yeah, but yeah, not much to say about that. They could have done so much better with this. They even painted the inside, look. Never mind. Anyway, that's the downside. The engine being the plus side, and also the rest of the model as well. If I move this out of the way. So if you had to lift the car up by this area here, the car tends to bend. If I can zoom out a bit more, no I can't, tip the camera up a bit. Like I say, if you lift the car up by the middle, it tends to bend a bit more because the only thing that's metal on this car is actually from the nose to the back of the back of the monocoque. That's the only piece that's metal, because everything else is plastic, of course. It's being a bit cheap and nasty, but detail-wise, it's fine. If you put it in a cabinet, it's fine. Just don't manhandle it, and it should be all fine. But I keep mine in the box because I don't want to knock it over or anything. I just reattach this engine cover somehow. I think that's attached. No, never mind. Well, it's on there now anyway. Price-wise for this model, if you're going to look it up on eBay, which is where I got mine, I bought mine very cheaply actually. It was £35 buy it now, and that is an absolute bargain for this model. If you're going to buy one, which they don't come up very often on eBay, I will admit, but they do tend to sell for quite a lot of money. I was just lucky on the day I bought mine. I've seen these things sell for excess of £100. But you do get good days where you can get them for around £40, £50, depending on who's online. If it's a weekend, then you've got no chance. But it is a very good model if you can get hold of it. Or a good to look at model. You don't want to play with it or anything. But price-wise, you're probably going to pay around 40, 50, maybe 60, £70 for it. I'm not sure what that is in dollars, but or euros. But yeah, it's going to be an expensive one. It's not as expensive as the newer models anyway. But I don't know how many of these are actually made. They're not hugely available. They're sort of like in the same realm as the Lotus 79. They don't come up very often. But I would recommend getting this one just for just for owning one, because it is very nice to have on display. Looks good in a cabinet. Looks good on a shelf. Looks good anywhere. Just don't let it get dusty, because with this decal on the back, because this is all decal, it is actually very roughly put on as well. So it's a bit rough, so if you do get dust on it, it's going to be a pain in the ass to clean off. But there we go. That's basically my opinion of the Benetton B186, and you're not getting it. Keep knocking the camera over, I do apologise. We zoom out again. I'm just trying to get it all in view because I ain't got a lot of room here. Anyway, that's my opinion of the Benetton B186 BMW power, as it says there. Very nice. Yes, Benetton B186, and that's pretty much my opinion of it. It's a very nice model. I give it about a 6 out of 10 due to the pretty dire build quality, but apart from that, it's alright. So that's my opinion. But anyway, stay tuned for more tutorials. Well, not tutorials, sorry. Sorry, I'm going by my old channel. I'm going by reviews now. Yeah, well, stay tuned for more reviews. I've got more coming along. Probably a Williams or a Ferrari, something along those lines. Also, we'll be doing Hot Wheels and Hot Wheels, Mattel, and Onyx and Quartzo and things like that. But anyway, we'll start off with number 1 for the Minichamps. Anyway, this is Rich signing off, logging off, disappearing, and I shall be back with another video. So bye for now.